So here we have some ciabatta bread, and I like ciabatta bread for this particular recipe because it's holy. And I don't mean in the sense of sacred, I just mean it has a lot of holes in it. And that's good because it will absorb all of those tomato juices. So it's a good choice for this particular recipe. So you want to cut it up into, cubes. See how holy it is? Ciabatta means slipper in Italian. So ciabatta bread. And you can find ciabatta bread anywhere. You can make it at home if you want to. So you cut up all this bread. You need about 4 cups. So there is our 4 cups of cubed. So then you just take some of that bread. You're going to have to do this a little bit at a time. I would say about half at a time. And you brown it in the olive oil. Get a little color on it. Here is that browned bread, and it's going to brown even more in the oven. So it's lightly toasted in olive oil. So I'm going to set that aside. So now we need to work with garlic and some tomatoes. So let me get a knife. Here's a couple cloves of garlic. Just want to smash those down and give them a quick chop. I'm going to put it back in the bowl. And now we want to get that going with a little olive oil, but first we have to cut up our tomatoes, see? And these are fairly big cherry tomatoes. So we have 4 cups of the ciabatta, and we need 5 cups of cherry tomatoes. All right, so, and I'm going to add the garlic. Right there. So swirl it around. And as soon as it's fragrant, we're going to add that tomato. So, all the tomatoes go in. Just fits. And now I'm going to give this a little sugar just to bring out the sweetness. Tomatoes, some salt, and pepper. And just let that cool down a little bit until I can handle it. But now we have to grate some cheese to go with this. So we're going to grate some of this Asiago. And depending on the time of the year that you get this cheese, the flavor will change because of what the cows are eating in the pasture at that time of the year, like in the spring or the fall. So now we're going to grate this. Okay, that's about right. So here are those tomatoes. And now what we want to do is take the bread, and I'm just going to use my hands, and push it down into the tomatoes. This is all going to collapse because it's going to pick up those juices. All going to collapse down. And the oven is on at 350 degrees. And this is going to cook for about 35 minutes or so, depending on your oven. I always give you an approximate time. And now the cheese. And this is where the gratin part of this comes in. So the cheese is all going to get nice and crusty. I want to eat this right now, just the way it is.